Hey folks, I'm going to walk you through this sheet and how to practice linear cells and connections to create longer lines, and also just to use those linear cells as food for motivic development and all sorts of lengths of lines. All right, so we're just going to start with the first cell and really like the first line of cells. Okay, so I was playing in D flat when I came up with these, so we're going to stay in D flat major. I am playing simple 1-3-7 in the left hand, but any kind of voicing you want to work on, if you want to be adding 1-2-3-7, this is a cool voicing. 1-2-3-5-7, really thick. If you want to be working on some standard rootless voicing like a 3-5-7-9, use that. 3-5-6-9, 3-6-7-9, chordal 3-6-9. Any of these are cool. All right. You could even be working on some voicing like this, an inversion of the major 7 root position. Inversions are always nice, especially these like 3-5-7-8s. It's a really nice one. Sometimes this by itself is really nice. 7-1-3. Maybe you want to be working on a left hand technique like this, grabbing that root and fifth, coming up and playing a voicing. Okay, I'm going to keep it simple right now and just play something like a 1-3-7 for myself because I want to stay focused on the lines. And the line, first cell, 5-6-7-1. And then we have 2-3-4-5. And we're going to hear these as 1 ba-da ba-da, 2 ba-da ba-da, like that. Right, 1. And that way we can string them together. 1 ba-da 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 ba-da, 1 ba-da ba-da. All right, coming down. 5-4-3-2-1, or if you were already on 5, it would be 1 ba-da ba-da. And then coming down, ba-da ba-da. We're going to add that little bebop chromatic, 7-6 flat 6 to the 5. So we start 1 ba-da 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 ba-da, or 1 ba-da 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 ba-da, 1 ba-da 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 ba-da. All the way up and all the way down, 1 ba-da 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 ba-da. All right, and that's our first long line. Is going cell 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 ba-da 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 ba-da. You can see these are all just each individually worthy of being practiced, played, used in an improvisation and a motivic development moment. Yeah. Might have to go back up that way. Okay, now let's add some more interesting stuff, like a double chromatic neighbor. Da ba da ba da. That's not easy with the 3, 4, 5 fingers. Another way to do that is get your thumb under and just 3, thumb 3, or 4. I'm cool with either way. Thumb or 3, 4, 5. I love double chromatic neighbors. They've been used by so many great players in so many great ways. And they just give you a little like, just a little like, I don't even know what the right analogy is for that. I didn't think about it ahead of time, but it feels like, it just feels good to me. It feels like kind of sneaky, but in a really nice way. Like, fun. All right, so double chromatic neighbor, that's fun. What about a 1 below, 2 above cell? In this case, our goal is A flat, and we're gonna go 1 from below, but instead of just going here, we're gonna go 2 from above, and this would be one way to do it. 1 from above, 1 from below, 2 from above. We could call that 1B, 2A. Or we can go 1B, 2A, 1B, and there. And that gives us 4 notes. Da ba da ba da, and release to our goal. So. And I think I like this fingering with a thumb, 4, 3, thumb. But you can totally use 3. It just depends on where you're going. If you want to wind up on your 4th finger here, playing your 4th finger here makes sense because your 4th finger is ready into action. 4, 4. All right, see how those little cells, they become like little pathways. Think of them almost like your chord tones are like stepping stones, and you're just creating some, other ways to get between those stepping stones. And even to kind of play around that stepping stone, right? Ma-na-na-na-na, or na-na-na-na-na. All right. Let's go to the next one. This is David Baker's cell. Da-da-da-da-da. David Baker made this famous in jazz pedagogy by teaching all his students this as like a go-to linear cell. And in particular, it's kind of a 5-to-1 like implication, because what it implies is like A flat 7 resolving to D flat major. You get this little chromaticism, but you can also just see it in the key as 5 chromatic to the 4 and resolve to the 3. And again, stepping stones. 5 to the 3, and ba-na-na-na-na. This is a very playful way, right? Now, da-ba-da-ba-da has been used a trillion times in jazz, and in so many different cool contexts. If you take this into a Coltrane changes type of context, you can get all sorts of really interesting pathways in and out and around whatever harmony you're playing in. So I'm just going to leave that there. We can explore that later. But that's a fun way to get up there and start heading back down. Not that you have to go back down. You could go. Lots of possibilities, Bono. Hmm. All right. And once you start activating these pathways, linear cells, the creative imagination starts to kick on at a certain point, and your fingers and your mind want to play even more. And this is when it can become very fun, very individualized. And oftentimes you'll discover things that are like, oh, that sounds so familiar. That's like something I heard Herbie Hancock play, or something I heard this horn player playing. And you're tapping into their chromatic pathways and linear cells. All right, so let's go on to the next one, 2 above, 1 below. So instead of 1 from below, 2 from above, we're flipping the order, starting 2 above and then coming 1 from below. So this, if we're coming from A flat and we're trying to get here to the next stepping stone, we go from 2 from above, 1 from below, and get there. So we're on A flat, and then we get 2 above, 1 below to get to F. You could also think of this as 3 above, 1 below if you want. 3A, 1B. So, start seeing this, practicing this as cell 1, cell 2, right, cell 3, cell 4. Cool, putting those together. And then start seeing these chord tones as your stepping stones and different pathways to get there. Okay. How about that one? Or we land there and we go up and back down. Or we start coming down and we get to the 3 that way. Or that way. All right. Now, if we're going to keep going down, we might have to get to a 4th finger. And this is where some of the intricacies of this practice comes in. We got to get to a 4th finger there in order to do, let's say, a 4A, 4 chromatic cell from above. These are great for traversing major third intervals. 4 chromatics. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Light, light. Na 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 na. Four, 3, 2, 1. All right. I love that 4, 3, 2, 4 chromatic cell. Ma na 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 no 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 no. This also works. I didn't put it on the sheet, but it works great from the 7 down to the 5. Na 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 na, and back up, of course. And just in the same way that you can do that playful 2 double chromatic neighbor cell, you could do a quadruple chromatic neighbor cell. No 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 no, that's double. No 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 no, that's quadruple. It starts to sound a little circusy though, so you got to be careful about that kind of thing. I got 2 more cells in here to play and to create longer lines from. And again, I want to invite you to create your own, to discover more, to create your own sheet, your own inventory of cells, and to create your own lines from them. And eventually, as you play with this more and more, transpose it, get really comfortable with these pathways in your fingers, this stuff can start to happen spontaneously in your improvisation, which can be really fun also. All right, so let's do this longer cell, which I put in here, which is a 5-to-1 cell. And I call it 5-to-1 cell because it's really outlining the 5 chord and then the 1. So we're in D flat, 5 chord being A flat. Okay, this is like a 5-to-1 cell, but that is really giving us this sense of like A flat major, da-na-na-na, and then finally resolving to D flat. Oops. And we can go, anywhere we want to go after that. But that's the cell. And then our 2 below, 1 above cell. This is with a not a chromatic above. This is with a diatonic above. Na, 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 na. This one works particularly well on the 5, when the 5 is your goal note. So A flat is my goal, 2 chromatic from below, and diatonic from above. Because that 6-5 is just so melodic. All right? If you do it going to the 3, let's say, your diatonic is chromatic, 4-3. If you do it going to, let's say, the 1, diatonic, you want 2-1. Right? Now, that's not to say we can't do chromatic. We could. Na, 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 na. Na, na, na. Which is interesting enough. But for our sake in this exercise, we're going to use diatonic. Chromatic and then diatonic. All right. And you can practice these lines and these cells and create your own and transpose. Should we do a little bit? Let's do a little bit together. Just a few minutes. D flat. Let's go around the circle. G flat, B, E, A, D, G, C. We'll keep going. F, B flat, E flat, A flat, and get back to D flat. All right. So let's go. How about that? We got the 5-to-1 cell, and then double chromatic from below, diatonic from above. 1B, 2B, 1A. That's a good one. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. All right. I'm gonna swing this heavy. Let's try it. 1. Notice I'm really accenting those off beats. One more time. I'm gonna tap on 2 and 4 also, so I really feel that hi-hat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. I'm going G flat. Here we go. Starting on the 5. Let's do it again. 3, 4, 1. Going to B. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go again. 3, 4, 1. The fingering screwed me up on that one because I started here and I was like, I didn't want to go to my pinky. Ugh. So probably need to start on my thumb. Yeah, thumb. All right, and that's part of the practice here. It's getting into the nitty gritty. Ooh, do I have to change my fingering for this key? Do I have to do a fingering that's kind of awkward in this key? And just paying attention to those things. Work them out as you go. Let's go on B one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Going to E. 1, 2, 3, and. I like that. Let's go to E again. 3, 1. Going to A. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you really want to, you could practice double time, right? And then go back. Go to D. Fingering. Let's see what happened there. I think getting like fourth finger and third there is what screwed me up. I do want to have index finger take over, and then the thumb on white notes. What's the difference between that and A? Why did I get screwed up? I use third finger here. Huh. I'm not sure why I got screwed up, but the fingering felt different. And so it's just something to notice, right? You get in another key, things just, the way they feel physically just changes a tiny bit sometimes, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Try it double time. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's fun. Okay, let's go to G. 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that's a weird fingering. I kind of screwed that up. Still played the line. Yeah, because I wound up 1, 2, 3, 4, and then had to go 3. It works, but getting my thumb under here is better. Definitely. C. 1, 2, 3, 4. Getting thumb under on 4 is better. 2, 3, 4, 1. Double time. 2, 3, 4, 1. Again. That's fun. Okay, we can go on, but that's all the time I got. All right. Happy shedding. Courageous discipline. Let's go.